Hello guys, welcome back. Down at Deanthorpe again today for another flight. The weather's looking good, so we'll go get in the air. Okay, so there's a slight issue in that I did this whole flight, drove myself home, and then when going to get the SD cards out of the camera, I've managed to drop one into the handbrake mechanism of my car, from where I can't retrieve it. What that means is I have this camera angle, the same one I had before. However, I don't have the footage from this camera until I can try and take the handbrake apart to get to the SD card. So what that means is I'll probably end up uploading this video twice, once now and then once if and when I'm able to get the SD card and the other footage. So the plan for today's lesson was to just finesse and practice speed changes, going through PAT, power, attitude, trim, in order to get it trimmed and balanced at certain speeds, heights, maintaining my altitude and straight and level flight. And then we also did a little bit of circuit work before landing. While we were up, there was quite a strong wind today, and we managed to demonstrate the ability to fly backwards by going slow enough that it didn't counteract the wind. By using low power and a high angle attack while facing directly into the wind, we got our ground speed to go into the negative. Anyway, I'll stop talking now and play the flight. Now, for anyone who isn't versed in aviation or flying, trimming is the ability to take your hand off the stick or the yoke and have the aircraft still fly straight and level. It requires you to finesse the trim wheel or the trim lever to keep the surfaces all equal, and successfully managed it. Now if you look out the window in this section, you'll notice that the ground isn't particularly moving. We've turned into wind, and this is where my instructor decided to demonstrate the ability of the aircraft to lose its ground speed down to 0 and then into the negative, meaning that we were actually travelling backwards. You'll notice here that my instructor takes over for the landing. I was actually lined up pretty well because we were crabbing into a crosswind, but the reason he took over is Deanthorpe, like many other aerodromes, supplements its income by letting people drive cars up and down the straight runway. And there was actually a car sat on the runway that we were going to have to avoid whilst trying to land